Small Town Scuttlebutt.
What do you think of all that snow?
Oh my God, never ending. We just had some this morning too,
Yeah, I know. Just add insult to injury.
Yeah.
Just you got everything done,
Yep.
and then you get a dusting.
I feel like I've been snow blowing for days. Me and my son, we had to go to the studio, the house.
Yeah.
I got a neighbor who's got a knee replacement, so he can't do it. So I've been doing his, So I got extra work.
Oh, man.
I know, but he'd do it for me. So
Sure. Take care of each other.
yeah.
Um,
But we got at least 3 feet in
Yeah.
Foxborough.
yeah,
No
3
joke.
feet sounds fair, which is a lot.
It's a lot.
Like that, and it's heavy snow too.
I know.
It's
I mean,
heavy.
when you can step out of your house and it's up to your knees, you're
Yeah.
it's trouble.
Post hole your way to the mailbox just to get the
Right.
mail. Yeah, 2 days of school
Right.
called because of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Some places
I-
probably still,
Yeah, I feel like it's legit. Usually when
Yeah.
we get like a dust, like we get 2 or 3 inches,
Yep.
and we call school.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you
I
doing?
think we've been spoiled, right? Because we haven't had this kind of snow in a while.
This was probably 2015.
Yeah. So you got
Remember
people-
in that February?
Oh, my God.
Every day is like
That was-
every day we got pelted. But anyway, does it remind you of Cuba?
No.
No, not at all. Has it ever snowed in Cuba?
Somebody told me once, yes, but I doubt. I don't know, just maybe little flakes or something like that. But
I always get a kick out of the southern states that get a little bit of snow, and it's like
Right.
crazy.
I know.
The coolest thing this year with cold weather stories from the south is
Yep.
the iguanas that are falling out of
Oh
trees.
yeah, right. They fall asleep. Or
They
something,
go
like-
in a catatonic state or some
right.
kind of
Yeah,
shock,
yeah.
and then they just literally fall out of trees. Like the sky is raining lizards.
Right. Those are good eating. They eat those.
Are they?
things. Yeah, they eat the tail.
Oh, it's just the tail that they eat.
I believe it's the tail. Yeah. So some guy invited me when I was down St. Thomas or something. I think one time he said they grill it and stuff. And it's really
Iguana
tasty.
tail.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what's wrong with the rest of the animal.
don't know.
Probably too bony.
Too bony. Not a lot of meat on them. Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know. But
yeah.
they say the tail's really good.
Sure. I was just in the Bahamas with
Nice.
my family,
Yep.
and we went to Iguana Island,
Ooh.
and they're
No iguanas there, right?
no, they're
Tons.
the indigenous iguana is only like in that part of the world is
Wow.
like right there, and it's
That's
an
it?
endangered species, but you can go feed them grapes.
Oh,
They
yeah?
love it. Yeah, they were the Bahamian rock iguana, I think is what they were
wow.
called, but they were awesome.
Yeah.
They just so we get skewers, like you're doing s'mores or something.
Yeah.
You just put a grape on the end of it, and they
And they
just
eat
come
it.
up and eat them. Yeah, it felt like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You just walk on the island, and all these little like lizards. Well, actually, not little, big
I'm sure
lizards
they're
are coming
big.
out. "Rawr, give me some grapes.
Prehistoric, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
cool.
know. I'm not big on lizards or snakes or anything. They kind of creep me out.
Yeah. Well, folks, what's going on? It's Rick Fink Jr., Small Town Scuttlebutt, in the Scuttlebutt studio with me today is my friend Rolando Perez.
Hey. Good to
Rolando
be here.
Perez, as you can see by his shirt of Perez Martial Arts, is one of our esteemed sponsors from the very beginning, like
Yeah.
almost 6 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. I reached out to you. I said, hey, how can I
Yeah.
be part of this?
Yeah.
Was that your daughter who was your first sponsor or something like that? One of your kids, right? Put $1 or something.
Oh, yeah. Give me
Hey,
a buck.
I listened to all the podcasts.
Yeah, you have. Jesus. But we're good buddies.
We are.
And we were just talking the other week about the last guest that we had, David Suinyana, who's also my barber. And he shared a story of immigration
That was
coming
interesting,
from
yeah.
Uganda.
Yeah.
And I mean, I immediately became friends with this guy, I think, after my second haircut, when I really got
Sure.
an idea of like just the good. Are you ever around like just a good soul, like just a good person, and you can just feel the vibe,
Sure.
like this is a good, wholesome
Yeah.
human being,
Sounds like it.
and he's very intriguing. But you are too. We were
Appreciate that.
talking. We were just talking offline about some of your experiences because you're
It's
from
kinda
Cuba.
Similar, yeah, a little bit.
similar but different.
Similar, but
He
different,
played the
correct.
game and applied like 7 times to get a visa, and then he came over here. I mean, it was an 18-year process
Sad
from him wanting to. No kidding.
for his family, right?
Yeah, he was separated from his family for 17 years, but If you want to hear more about his story, that's last week. This week, we're talking about Rolando because you didn't come here legally. Well,
yes and no.
Yes. What a setup. You are illegal. No, you came here under amnesty, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the time, the government was friendly to Cuban exiles, and that's what we are.
Yeah. But the actual, the act of getting out of your country and coming to the United States,
That was something.
it was kind of a harrowing experience. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
I think we should do that.
Yep.
How old were you when you
I believe I was like 2 years old. So
No kidding.
I was a baby.
Okay, so most of this part of the story of you coming here is
Told to me
told to you.
by my sister, brother. I had an older sister and older brother that they were, 8 and 7, something like that.
So your whole family got to come over?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So my father thought, Castro was going to be a good thing because Baptista was, a son of a bitch. Can I say that in this?
Yeah, say whatever you know. You can say whatever
I know
you
I
want.
say that. I usually don't say that.
Yeah.
But so he wasn't a good person. So everybody thought that Castro was going to be better, but they didn't know he was going to be a socialist or a communist and make a deal with Russia.
Yep.
So when he first came aboard, people thought it was going to be a good thing, and then they figured out real fast that it wasn't. And then that's when he decided he's got to get out of the country. So my father he was like a businessman. He grew up in a farm, and when he was 10 years old, his father, my grandfather, sent him to. There was no future for him on a farm, so his father wanted him to go learn business from like a cousin. So at 10 years old, he shipped him to the city to work in a store, like a little, coffee shop with, they sell little food and lunch and breakfast and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So when you say a city, you're talking about Havana?
No, so it was called Santa Clara,
Okay.
which was a city, the closest one to where we grew up.
Okay.
But we were more in the farm. So
Yeah.
he sent them there to learn a trade, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where my father learned and had his own store. And when my father left Cuba, he had like little, like five and dimes? Like
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they had 5 and dimes,
Sure.
little department stores a little bit. So
Yeah.
he had that. He was doing commercials in the movie theaters and stuff. So he was starting to,
Your
pick
dad,
up
yeah.
my dad, starting
Okay.
to do very well.
Probably a recognizable person in the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because he was a businessman, and people would do business with him, coming to his stores and stuff like
Sure.
that. But what happened was once Castro took over, everything became the property of the state,
Yes.
right? So there was no ownership. Like the house my father owns is no longer his. He could live in it, but it's not his. And then the merchandise stopped coming in, so he's got a store with like empty shelves.
Okay, so everything was handed over to the state,
Correct.
all personal property.
Yep.
And how was that enforced? How were residents of Cuba informed of this? And then how did they?
Yeah, to be honest with you,
How did they react to it?
I mean, a lot of people left, right? Unless you're, for the Communist Party, I guess then you were happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
It goes by, if you were doing well, you probably weren't happy about it. If you weren't doing well, maybe you are happy about it because they're going to redistribute the wealth. Right?
Sure.
Is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But so my father said, yeah, this is not going to work out for us.
Just bring your microphone just a
So
little bit closer.
my dad said, hey, it's not going to work out for us. We got to leave. So one of the things with your friend there, what was his name?
David.
David, right? I'm
David's-
sorry.
yep.
David, which I want to meet. His son actually just started karate at my school. So
Oh, great.
Isaac, yeah, so it's fun. So my father said to my mother, I'm going to go because a lot of people left Cuba up like by himself, and then he's going to send for them. But then people got separated for 20, 30 years. Families got separated. So my mother was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Either we're all going to drown in that ocean
Yeah.
or we're not going, right?
Yep.
So then we ended up going. So my father, my sister, my older sister, my older brother, and then me were on the boat. And then my father had a friend who was a fisherman. That's what he did for a living.
Yep.
And then my father's brother, my uncle, and his 2 kids and his wife were on that boat. And then basically we left in the middle of the night.
Wow.
90 miles right to Key West.
Was your mom on the boat too?
My mom,
Okay.
yeah, everybody
So the whole family.
together because she was like, we're not going to go. And if my father had gone by himself, we would have been separated for 30 years or more, 'cause
Right.
with the way Cuba is today. So they made that decision to risk their lives. And
Now this is coming from a place of being really naive, but
sure.
I mean, it sounds like, couldn't you just get on a boat to go fishing and just not come back?
Well, that's in essence what they did.
Yeah,
Right.
but you had to be sneaky about it.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, you had to pay a person to courier you guys 90 miles north.
Yep.
But what if you and your uncle, your family just said, "Hey, we're good. We're a family of fishermen, and
Right.
we got to go check our nets and whatever." And
Well,
you
like
just
the U.S. has a Coast Guard, the Cubans have a Coast Guard as well. So they guard the coast, and they
So-
would see you and question you.
and there was enough Coast Guard to be able to intercept you, probably.
maybe. Right?
Maybe.
It's
That's
like
a
when
risk.
somebody comes over the border, do you catch them or not? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Right?
So what was the perimeter? Like, is it you can't go into international waters?
right, you couldn't leave.
So you could go anywhere within 12 miles, but you
Yep.
step over that line.
Right, that's when there's trouble. And so
Yeah.
we did it in the middle of the night, right?
Yep.
And then so it's funny because I asked my dad. He said, "No, I don't know if that's true or not." But they had sedatives, injections to calm us. Like if I was going to start crying,
Oh.
they said on that calm water you could hear a baby cry like
Oh,
miles.
sure.
So they had to keep us quiet.
Sure.
And then
Jeez.
but they did tell me like I get seasick, so I can't go on a boat. I've been on a boat twice, and I've threw up for 8 hours of those 2 8-hour trips.
No kidding.
And they don't come back for you, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just stuck.
Yeah.
So I guess I threw up a lot on the bus on the boat.
Yeah.
So, but he said he never gave me an injection, but it was to keep us quiet.
Mhm.
And then we got to this country, and then basically, I mean, after that, my father had $43 in U.S. currency because he was hoarding it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was not able to get anymore. But because people would use it, Americans would travel to the U.S. and stuff at the time, and
I mean, Americans would travel to Cuba
and spend
and use
American
their
money.
U.S. dollar.
So my father would kind of hang on to it. He was building a little, nest egg of $43. But
Okay.
but we're talking about 1964, right?
1964, your family comes over with $64.
40
Or
something.
40 less than $50 of U.S. currency.
Yep.
That's all you had.
That's it.
What do you do when you get here?
Well, the problem is my parents were like the first ones, right? Like they didn't have family here, right? Like once we were settled here, family came, but they had us, right? Like we had
Yeah,
nobody. My
right.
father didn't have anybody, didn't speak the language, right? Didn't speak English. But down in southern Florida, there, a lot of people spoke Spanish and stuff, so he was able to get like a job. He said, and again, this is stuff that was told to me, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm trying to pass it down my family so
Sure.
it doesn't get lost.
Right.
He said that basically they interrogated him for about 3 days. The government had our family because they treated the Cubans a little bit better than some other people as far as coming into the country
Mhm.
because of the relationship with
Sympathy.
Castro. Sympathy.
Also because of that little debacle called Bay of Pigs.
Bay of Pigs, yeah.
Right? Was there some remorse or some
Yeah.
resentment? Like, I guess we owe you,
Maybe
some amnesty here.
Yeah, it was like I knew somebody who was at the Bay of Pigs actually, and they're waiting for the air support from Kennedy. Just
And it never
showed-
came.
Never
I mean, isn't that horrible?
Yeah. So
You're trained, you're promised, you've been supplied to
yeah,
overthrow a government, and then nobody shows up.
a little quiet. Maybe a bad day for traveling.
Now, interesting because, historically you'd think of all the countries to go to, that's the one you want to go to? The one that just kind of screwed you over?
Yeah, but
What-
it was
what's-
American dream, right? Everybody has the American dream. You come here, you work hard, you build something. So when we came, he told me they interrogated him for about 3 days, make sure he wasn't like his background and all that kind of stuff, to make sure he wasn't a Fidel guy or whatever.
So what was that process involving?
It wasn't
Strapped to a chair?
Pretty much, he said it wasn't fun. Like they try to scare him a little bit and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
threaten him.
See if he changes story and stuff like that.
Interesting.
After that, they let us go, I guess. And, then I think my father said there was a church that helped us or something, get us on our feet and got him a job.
Yep.
So him and my uncle, because they were together, at least there was him and his brother, and they got jobs like picking fruit, oranges and stuff like that. Tomatoes, I guess, or something.
Starting from the bottom.
That's it. That's the only job they can get.
Yeah, that's the stuff I love about these immigration stories.
Yep.
It's I got to get out of my country. There's no opportunity, or there's some kind of political faction that's really kind of cramping my style
Yeah.
and inhibiting my freedom. I've got ideas in my head. I got places where I want to go. I have a bar I want to set for myself and my family, and it's not going to happen here.
Nope.
And then you look over at the United States and you're like, that's where my dream is going to come true. And then you do it. And it's like your sacrifices. I mean, let's just, a 90-mile boat ride.
Right. Shark infested water.
Shark infested water, 90 miles.
A crappy little boat.
I was going to say you probably weren't coming over on a Carnival cruise ship. Like, can you tell me a little bit about that boat that you came on?
I mean, I really don't know too much, but they said it was an older boat and it wasn't that big, is what I was told. But I don't know with the size. But obviously enough for us. But it made it. It made it.
When I was down in the Bahamas, we went on a snorkeling adventure, and actually, of all places, this is great. Talking to my kids about the cocaine trade on a family vacation. Yeah. But we snorkeled around Pablo Escobar's crashed plane off of Norman Key.
You see anything floating around there?
No. In fact, when I got back to the hotel, I looked up, the history of this airplane. Yeah. The plane is like a Corsair. It was a World War II era plane. It was pretty big.
Wow.
It crashed. It missed the runway by like 1,000 meters, and it's in the ocean. And at low tide, you go around, and it's really cool. But
that does sound cool.
The crew survived, and they recovered all of their luggage.
Did they?
I mean, I wouldn't go back to shore on Pablo Escobar's island without the coke, personally.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd be like, I think I'd just rather get eaten by a shark out here.
That's why I figured you were going to say they survived the landing, but not
but not the, where's my product?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, but the boat that we took, because we went 100 miles out to the Exumas.
That's crazy.
So when I was doing that, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is, I know what 100 miles across the ocean feels like.
I don't, but
yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, that sounds.
And we were going 45 miles an hour, which on the water feels like 100.
I mean, 90 miles in the car is pretty far, right?
Yeah.
And a boat, a lot slower.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're on a boat, and you're in open water and you don't see land.
Yeah.
I mean, we have all the navigation equipment. We have expert, captain and crew, but this boat was probably about 60 feet long.
Wow.
Sat 20 of us.
Yeah.
And we were cruising.
I don't think this thing was 60 feet long.
No, and I don't think you were going. I don't think you were going 45 miles an hour either.
I doubt that. Yeah.
You must have been. I mean that. And you want to get up before the sun comes up too, right?
Sure, yeah.
So all night you're just out there.
Yep.
And I don't know, do you roll the dice on the weather and
yeah.
I mean,
well, the crazy part is then my father's brother, he had another brother, and my mother's brother. So father's brother, mother's brother. A month later, they tried to do the same thing, but the person they were paying was not in the business of taking people over. He was in the business of turning people in. So they got caught at the dock in the middle of the night, and they got 5 years hard labor in jail. My two uncles.
Jesus Christ.
For trying to leave.
Well, there's
cutting sugar cane. That was the job.
Really?
Yep. In jail.
All day long. Like slave labor, basically. Yep.
For trying to leave the country.
Yeah. Where are they now? How did their story end?
Yeah, so they're, I'm trying to think, they're still, they live down in Florida and stuff. They're productive citizens. They own their own homes.
But they did come to the United States.
Yeah, 1986 or something with the Mariel, the boat lift.
Okay.
You're familiar with that from Scarface, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. So that was like, what, maybe 15, 20 years after they got out of jail. They're like, I'm still going to America.
Yep.
And it's still worth.
Yep.
I hope when people listen to this, like
love this country.
yeah, because I feel like when we turn on the news or read anything online about immigration, I can't stand it anymore, Rolando. There's the division in this country.
Right.
It's so awful. Everyone seems to be a foreign policy expert. Everyone seems to be, an expert in all of the things.
Right.
I used to kind of be probably more opinionated than I needed to be. And then I woke up one day and go, I don't know 10% of what I think I know.
Right.
And then beyond that, there's so much more to know. Like, I don't get the inside information. I'm not in on the meetings. I only am fed what the media is telling me. And there's two kinds of media, left and right.
Can I ask you a question? I got a question, but I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got the answer, but I don't know why. So in my mind, right, like, so you're worried about all this illegal immigration, the bad guys, the bad hombres, as they call them, right?
Sure.
Like, what we've been talking about, path to citizenship. Why don't we do that? Why don't we say, all right, apply. You're here, you apply, we vet them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a good guy, you're working, you're a citizen. If you're not, out. Why don't they do that?
I feel like,
I don't understand.
not to get all political, because that's where people, I that's one thing I think is great. Let's just talk about this situation as a human thing, not a political thing. Like, what just morally feels like the right thing to do.
Right.
Well, I do know that the United States legally admits or grants citizenship to about 1 million people a year.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I think that's pretty generous.
I think so.
I think 1 million people coming in, like David Sunyana, play the game, do the process, paperwork, right? You get in 1 million. You got to kind of control your population and that sort of thing, right? Now, I have other neighbors.
Yeah.
My neighbors next door to us from Pakistan and Morocco, a doctor and a lawyer.
Yeah.
They have more to offer. They've got, like, I'm established. I'm going to contribute. There's an employer that wants to hire me to run your hospital or work at your big pharma lab. They're like, yeah, okay, come on up in front of the line. But then someone like David, who doesn't speak English, he's from a village in Uganda. It's like, all right, we'll get to you.
Until you need a good haircut.
Yeah, right.
Call him.
Right here. Exhibit A right here, folks.
That's good work.
Yeah,
I have no business for him. Sorry.
But when his persistence is, I think, is what got him in. People are like, hey, like we're talking about the American dream. It's people who don't quit. This guy's like 7 times he's applied.
Nothing.
For crying out loud, let him in. And then when he got here, he's like, you pay your taxes and you keep your nose clean and you work hard and it happens. I feel like before this influx of immigrants, this is like in the last 10 years, it's become a big issue. But before that, we've all known, we've even joked, right? We've even joked about, if you need someone to mow your lawn, just go to the Home Depot and pick them up.
You might have joked like that.
Yeah.
I might not.
Yeah, us white people,
There you go. I get you, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It's like anytime you'd see someone mowing the lawn or anytime you see a dishwasher in a restaurant, you just assumed.
Right.
You just made that assumption that they're not here legally and they're kind of being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
But that's an arrangement between the restaurant owner and them, or the landscaper and them. It's, I got my own family. I got my own things. We all have our own stuff. It was just one of those things where nobody's hurting anybody.
Right.
And if you guys are good with it, great. And I don't think it was an issue or a problem to anybody. Right. But then the influx started coming in. And it's like, okay, now we got a lot of people here. We're stressing the system, right? Where do we put all these people, and what do we do with them? Where do we go, right? It appears to me like the logical thing to do would be to just look at, let's say there's 12 million. Let's just go even number, 10 million illegal immigrants. And these are just made up numbers, just for the sake of argument. But let's say half of them have been here for a long time.
20 years.
20 years. Raised a family.
Have
rent.
A job.
Job, right? They pay their taxes, all that stuff.
No crimes committed, right?
Yep. There's those illegal immigrants, technically speaking illegal. And then there's this new wave, right? And these people kind of ruined it for everyone. It's like, all right, you guys are really taking advantage of the situation here. Now we've got too many. What do we do? I would start, first of all, as far as ICE goes, go for the thugs, go for the bad people.
Right.
Criminal records, human traffickers, drug traffickers, whatever, violent criminals.
All day long, right?
All day long. Just get them out of here. Just get them out of here. Like that, I think we can all agree on that. But the people that have been here for all this time, I would like to see a new This one time only. We got to fix this problem, right? So
I
we
like
have
that.
to
A one
we have
time
to
only,
adopt
yeah.
with this,
Yeah.
adapt to the situation. Why don't we just look at them case by case? Say, look, you gotta. We're going to everyone here, whether you have the paperwork or not.
Right.
If you can show us that you've been living here for 3 years plus and have done stuff, you automatically get a work visa, like whatever that is, a 2-year, 3-year, whatever that.
Now
work
you're
visa.
not illegal anymore, right?
Now you're not illegal. Now, hey, look, let's just get it on the books. You came here, you kind of missed the whole sign-in process. Now you're signed in. We need to know who you are. We need to know how many of you are. We need to know where you are.
Yep.
It's just, it's like a census.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're here legally. Now you have 2 years or whatever the time frame on that documentation is to make some decisions. Do we want to go back to Guatemala?
Right.
Do we want to become U.S. citizens? Both are options.
Yep.
They should be, both of them should be options. Sure. If you want to become a U.S. citizen, then we need to get you into the pipeline,
right?
Which would be everything that we heard last week with David Sue and Yana. You gotta, get your attorney to get your affairs in order,
right?
And study for the test. And
why won't they do that? That's my question.
I don't know.
Like it sounds
I know
easy
why.
enough.
Because it's government.
I know.
We're just going to sit around.
It sounds like an easy enough solution,
doesn't
right?
it?
I think that was my question to you.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you. Why don't they do it? And they've been talking about it for 50 years here.
Why don't we do a million things that make sense? Why don't we have IDs required for voting?
Well, I will tell you, if you want to get a job shoveling in New York, you need multiple IDs.
You need 2 IDs to shovel snow. Zoran Mandani wants you to have 2 forms of identification to be an emergency snow shoveler in the city. But if you want to go vote for him, you need nothing. You just show up.
Just show up.
That's a whole other conversation. But it speaks to the nothing's getting done,
right?
Because we're so divisive and we're not even using our heads. We're just thinking so emotionally,
right?
Then with all these other people that just came in, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm less empathetic.
Are we thinking less people are coming in now? I think.
Oh, I think the borders are shut. Like we locked the door, and
like every other country.
Yeah, like every other country.
What country can you go to and just walk in there with no papers and nothing? Like
I love all these celebrities. I'm moving to Canada. I'm like, did Canada say this was gonna happen? Like they have.
I mean, I love celebrities, but like, what's their qualification to to tell me anything
right
outside of acting? Right.
I just saw a study that this is on Bill Maher.
Yeah.
That celebrity influence has actually hurt the cause.
Okay.
In fact, Joe Biden's endorsement from what's her name? Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Actually had a visceral reaction. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think people are people, and we all know that you're talented in your own right, whether it's acting or music.
Keep singing.
Yeah, but stay in your lane. I mean,
exactly.
How much of an expert are you on foreign policy when you're on the road performing to exhaustion, going to bed, waking up the next day, doing it again? You don't have any time to stay up to date on as much as the average person, and even us, we only.
I think they're getting some heat now, right? So they might wise up and mind their business.
I don't know. I feel like if you look at the 60s, that was like a, with Vietnam and civil rights, that was like maybe a 12 to 15 year era of change, almost like a generation.
Yep.
I feel like we're in the middle of that again, as of like 2015. We're in like year 11 of this stuff, and I hope it ends soon.
Me too.
I hope this country gets back together. Like, do you remember after 9/11? Do you remember how
everybody was together, right?
We were.
Yep.
We were together.
Right.
Everyone was proud to be an American.
Yep.
And I've never felt solidarity.
Nobody
like
looked
that.
at me weird, like I'm going to rob them or something like that. They're worried about somebody from Middle Eastern descent.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, you're thinking of all you're looking at is Osama bin Laden.
That's it at that point.
Like that's a remedy. We all have a common enemy now,
Right.
and it's that guy.
Isn't that crazy how that common enemy, right? Like
Yeah.
brings you.
Right. But now we're throwing snowballs at the New York City Police Department. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Did you
it's
see
not
that?
smart.
It's horrible.
Not smart, but what do they say? The enemy or the enemy of my enemy is my friend or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just people got to calm down. You have the right to protest, but you don't have the right to use violence, right?
Well, we're heading in that direction. I'm actually surprised when you think about JFK, RFK, MLK. The 60s were riddled with assassinations of leaders of this country.
Well, Trump twice already they tried to get him.
They tried to get him twice. And then, Charlie Kirk.
And somebody just got killed outside Mar-a-Lago, right? They killed somebody who was...
Yeah, he jumped the fence with a shotgun.
Yeah.
That'll get you killed every time, I think.
would say. And my house, too.
Yeah?
Jumped the fence with a shotgun in my house.
Are you a 2A guy? Do you have a gun?
No, I do not have a gun. I don't like guns for
You don't need a gun. You have
my hands.
You have martial arts.
Well, the reason I don't like a gun is I might use it,
The reason why I'm apprehensive on getting a gun. I feel like in the state of Massachusetts, you literally, if you have someone break into your home, you have to lock yourself like in a closet. And then tell the guy, hey, I have a gun. Help yourself to whatever you want in the fridge. Unhook the TV, whatever you need. There's money in the drawer in the kitchen,
Right.
But if you come in here, then I'm going to shoot you. Like it.
Yeah.
What rights do you have? It just seems
You're
like
in Texas, you don't have to do anything.
no.
Right?
They have these stand your ground laws.
Yep.
But yeah.
And to me, it should just be common sense, Like I say that all the time, and my wife said, "Well, that's the law." Da, da, da. And she's like, "The letter of the law, and everything's." And I'm like, "Can they not make a common sense decision?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, how hard is that?
Right.
Do the right thing. What makes sense? Can we not do it that way?
Yeah. I feel like our leadership is. I was saying let's not get into the politics too much, but I mean, you watch the. Did you watch the State of the Union?
I did not. I plan to watch it like after the fact.
I watched about 20 minutes of it, and then I said I'll just grab the highlights.
Yeah. And then you have the Democrat doing the opposite, right, or the other rebuttal. Yeah, there was somebody going to do it in Spanish too. They said one of the Spanish, Congress people or senators.
Oh, good. Well, yeah,
should be interesting.
It's just lately the everything is turning into a circus.
Yeah,
there's no dignity anymore. It's like you always get a handful of actors that.
I felt that happened with the Obama term when that fighting with the Obamacare and stuff.
Yeah,
I think you recall like somebody shouted at Obama or something, called him a liar in one of the meetings.
Oh,
he said like "you lie, sir" or something.
Oh,
like, out
yeah,
loud. That broke.
What really embarrassed me as an American was watching Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
And Boebert there, what's her face from Colorado?
Oh yeah.
Just yakking away, blah blah blah, interrupting Biden, and then now we have Ilhan Omar and what's her face from Michigan doing the same thing.
Or Nancy Pelosi ripping the speech.
Oh yeah, Nancy.
I mean, like just I mean, you don't have to like anybody on either side, right? Like just be a decent person. Don't.
Yeah,
Don't be disrespectful. Like
where
that.
else can you behave like that in the workplace and not get reprimanded or bad score on your quarterly review?
Or what country can you do that, and not get in trouble?
Probably a lot of countries.
You think so?
Yeah.
You have free speech in those countries. You could do that.
Well, like, have you ever seen Parliament?
Like in England, yeah.
All they do is yell at each other.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like part of their thing. But then you see some of these countries where people are like throwing punches.
Wow.
I don't want to say the wrong countries, but like some of these African countries,
right?
There's a lot of corruption in their government.
I haven't seen that.
Go to YouTube. Just be like governmental mayhem. I'm sure that's a hashtag.
But I know in Cuba, you start talking, you can have some problems on your hands.
Yeah. Well. What do you think? What's your take on the immigration? You said for everyone that's been here,
just vet them,
just vet them, and if they're good, because I mean, let's face it, we need them. They're here and they're
already here. They're already working.
and they're working. they're filling jobs that otherwise
I
wouldn't
just don't
be
know
taken.
why they don't do it. Like a partisan solution to give these people, or like I'm saying citizenship. I'll even take what you're saying is just give them visas, work visas.
Yeah,
too.
at least just to start the process,
for
right?
sure. I'm good
I
with
just
that.
want. I don't want to snap my finger and say, "Everyone, you're now a citizen." I want you to go through the process, do the proper vetting.
Yep.
Make sure you want. Maybe I would suggest that maybe a lot of these. I don't know what they want. Maybe they don't want.
Yeah.
They just want to come here, make some money, and then
Right.
go back to their family. Right. A lot of times that's one of the things I think is the problem with the illegal immigrants, that economically they're kind of sucking dollars out of our economy. Right. They're taking money out of our economy, sending it to a foreign country. Yeah, maybe it's $50 a week, but times 5 million people.
Somebody said that to me. I was at a Tesla charging station with my truck, and there was a Indian gentleman. He was a businessman. He was talking to me while he was charging up his car, and he said, "Do you know what the biggest export is in the United States?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Come on, come on." And I'm like, "I really don't." He goes, "The U.S. dollar."
Yeah.
That's what he was telling me. I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And then we just print more money, I guess. I don't know.
I think that's what we should do. Just print. Isn't that what they do? Just print more money.
The
Don't tell
Weimar
anybody.
Republic did that after World War One.
Just print money.
Yeah.
There's no gold.
Then you
there's
get
nothing.
inflation.
If you tell people you did it, don't tell people you did it. Just print more money. I think it's like a scam, like the Matrix and stuff. They just like they're telling us all this stuff, but it's just print it. It's just paper, right? Just give it to us.
Or just stop running up the price on everything. Yeah.
Well, everything's high these days, right? Like I look at that and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
And like even with my business, I'm to raise my prices, right? It's tough sometimes, but to not raise your prices, you're losing money, right? Because I can't buy the same I could, 5 years ago.
Exactly.
But,
Just to change gears back to like
sure.
your specific situation.
Yep.
You made reference to was it your grandmother that got arrested in Cuba for selling coffee?
Oh, you're going to talk about my criminal activity? Yeah. So here's
Criminal.
criminal.
I mean,
my grandma
trying to make earn a living.
Hey, I love grandma, but she did commit a crime, so I'm not going to sugarcoat
What did
it.
she do?
Well, I mean, I'll take a little step back and I'll tell you exactly what she did. But the problem is, so in Cuba, the people are oppressed, right? So, they have quota books, right? So they do it in Russia too. You have a little booklet, and it tells you this is your quota for the month of coffee, of bread, of whatever, right? Whatever they're giving
Like little
out.
stamps or something?
So they stamp it. So you wait in line at the store. So basically they say, oh, bread came in today or this came in. Everybody's running to the store to get in line.
Yep.
And then just because you're in line doesn't mean you're going to get the product either.
Okay.
And you have to have the money for it, right?
Sure.
But people wait
the
in
money
line
and the stamps or
the
whatever.
stamp to do it, right? Right. So you got to do that. So what happens is what they give you is not enough to feed you for the month.
Yep.
So like I talked to my aunt one time when she came to this country. She said it lasts you about 10 days, 12 days maybe of the month with what they give you. So how do you feed your family elsewhere? You hustle and you're making deals and you're doing black market, right?
Sure. A lot of trading, bartering.
A lot of trading, bartering, right? People raising some farmers would raise a pig off the books because a pig's property of the government, right?
That's right.
Unless they have it and they kind of hide it and then they're cut and then they can sell it black market, right? So my grandmother had somebody that asked her if she would sell coffee for her.
Uh-huh.
So because the coffee didn't last a month, right? So my grandmother would sell coffee to the neighbors and stuff like that. But in every corner, there's somebody who's going to tell on you, right? And they're people at Communist Party, right? They're watching you, right? And they get kudos for turning people in.
Yeah.
So somebody turned my grandmother in, and she was in her 80s, right?
Wow.
So they went to her house to look, and they couldn't find anything. She had hidden the coffee in a hamper under the clothes. She's like heard they were coming, so she hid it in the hamper, and the dirty clothes were on top of it.
Okay.
So they were just about to leave, and she thought she was scot-free. And then the guy kind of looked, and he saw the hamper. He goes, and he checked it, found it.
Damn it.
I know, she thought she was in the clear, but they arrested her. She had to go before a judge in court. And then basically the judge says, you should be ashamed of yourself at your age.
Oh, get out of town.
And she's just trying to get like some coffee for herself out of this deal, right? And making a few pennies and stuff like that. So that was her criminal activity. She got a slap on the wrist, but
Okay, so no jail time?
She didn't do jail time. No.
But she did get apprehended. I mean, she had to...
Arrested.
And she didn't...
Had to go before court.
What was the duration between the arrest and getting her court date?
I don't think she spent the night in jail. I think
Okay.
the same day they were able to get her out released just because of her age and
Well,
the
that's nice.
severity of the crime. Yeah.
So she had a
Oh,
right to a
they're
fair
really
and speedy
nice over there.
trial.
Yeah, they're
That's-
really
that's-
nice. But
great.
the fact that she had to do it,
I would. Do you think that her age had everything to do
Yes,
with the
100%.
leniency there?
100%. If not, they'd throw you in jail.
If it was you,
Oh, I'd be in jail for sure. Now, I'll give you a little example. My aunt came 2006 or something like that, visited. Was it? Maybe it was a little sooner.
she came to visit. So she's still Cuban.
Yeah. So for a while there, they were letting people over 65 travel out of the country to visit family and stuff. Part of that was because they got U.S. dollars out of it, right?
Yeah.
But nobody younger than that because they knew they wouldn't come back, right?
Mhm.
So, and these older folks, if they didn't come back, who cares? And if, a lot of them had their family, like my aunt wouldn't stay. We begged her to stay, but she had half of her family down there,
Yeah.
right? She came, she's like just about 5 feet and she weighed 79 pounds. She had
Wow.
malnutrition.
Wow.
Yep. When she
That
was here.
almost sounds like morbidly
Yeah.
malnourished.
So a lot of it was because the
Jeez.
food that she did get, she would give to her grandchildren and
Oh,
stuff
wow.
like that. So she would go without eating to
Mhm.
give. I mean, we fattened her up. We got her to 105 when she left.
Oh, no kidding. Here, have some more Ben and Jerry's.
I mean, when she went to a supermarket, right?
Yeah.
You see that Wegmans in Westwood? You ever go there?
Yeah.
That's like a paradise for somebody who has not seen something. If she went over there, she probably would have had a heart attack.
Yeah. I've heard of one of my friend's grandmothers came to the United States and burst out into tears.
Yeah.
Just crying, just with the just
I
overwhelming.
love that Wegmans. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. You can go out to dinner there.
I know.
You know,
right? It's like there's little sections, but
people go out there for lobster. By
Is
the
that-
way, that's a nice.
Oh,
You want a good lobster dinner,
Yeah.
but not pay $1 zillion.
Yeah.
You want you can. I mean, lobster is one of those meals where you don't need to be in a really nice
No,
restaurant. You
it's
just
nice
want
and messy.
It is messy. So you just go there, get a steamed lobster,
Yeah.
sit down, and you paid $7 for it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. But when she saw that, she thought it was like, she's like, and you can have anything you want. Yeah.
Yeah, they're overwhelmed with,
You don't need to,
and those are the kind of stories that, as the white guy
yeah.
born into citizenship knows nothing else. We've normalized things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problem with us today is we don't have problems.
Right.
And when you don't have a problem, you kind of get bored. And
Right.
now we're fighting, over what? Well, like when you really think about the
Yeah.
stuff that we fight about, it's,
Well, I was just watching the news, right? And they said the Ukraine war has been going on for 5 years.
yeah,
We hardly talk about it anymore, right?
right.
Almost like we forgot it existed a
Well,
little bit
we brushed it off
to something new.
to something new. You remember Syria was a thing.
Yeah.
Remember, Syria. What happened to Syria? Everyone that cared about Syria,
Yeah.
good job. We virtue signalers, we solved it. Now we're on to other things. It's
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Like not anymore because now we're on to
Right.
the alphabet people. And then when that's done,
Yeah.
who knows what's the next thing? I don't know. That's why I'm not into virtue signaling.
Somebody was saying like, how's it going to be in 10 years? Like, I don't know. It could be like Walking Dead, maybe. Who knows? The zombies are coming, everything goes to chaos.
I got to think that we're going to pull out of
You
it.
think so?
I hope so.
Listen to George Carlin. You like George Carlin?
I love George
Oh
Carlin.
my God. I watched something he did the other day and he's talking about us on the planet. We're a blip.
Yeah.
We think we're so special. We're this and that. We're going to be dead and gone, the whole humanity, and the planet will still be here. Somebody else will be there,
There's this idea that we're going to be the only species on planet Earth that ever extincted itself.
Themselves.
I mean, we're really going to
It's a
run ourselves out of the
possibility, right? I
ground.
mean, we have the ability to do it, I think, right? With
Yeah.
nuclear weapons and
Yeah, just the way it will kill the environment. I mean, there are too many consumers. There's
Yeah.
like 7 billion of us.
right. That's why Elon wants to go to Mars, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're just cancer cells on a host body. We're just slowly eating this planet, until there's nothing left.
Not being nice to it, right?
We're not. Yeah. People, that's why people are like,
But we want
birth rate's down
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's true.
Like people don't want to have kids anymore,
Yeah.
which is a shame because don't you think having kids is like the
Best thing.
best
They
thing
got
in
3.
life?
They
And when
got-
you think about it, what's the point of existing if you're not going to?
Right. Some people might argue with that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't.
Some people love not having kids, and,
Right.
and on occasion I'm jealous of them. I'm like, I have friends that.
Yeah, I'm
you know.
wondering sometimes, like, could they not have it and they just don't want to say that? Or, like, why would you not want to have kids? I mean, purposely, if you're able to.
Some people hate kids.
That's true. Wow.
Some people hate kids, and to be fair, like a lot of times kids are annoying.
Right.
Like kids are awful.
So are we. We're still annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I love kids. I have a grandson now, a 1-year-old grandson.
Congrats. And you babysit
2 days a week. Yeah, I wish I could do more, but I get him on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 till 3 o'clock.
and 1 year old.
Yep.
So they're
But I've had him since he's like 6 months, 7 months.
How's the verbal skills?
Well, he's talking good now. So
What is he saying?
hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know, but I was watching something on TV and they say when you answer the phone, nobody's there.
Uh-huh.
Like you're not supposed to say hello.
Yeah.
Because if you say hello, they register your number as a live number
Okay.
with people that answer it and live there, and then they sell it.
Okay.
So I don't say anything, but I picked it up the other day and I got him on my arm like this. I'm picking him up and I'm quiet. He's like, hi. And somebody actually came on the phone from
That's funny.
saying that. But he says words, mama. So when I'm drinking coffee, I say hot. So he'll say hot on my coffee.
And
And he says crackers. But he
Okay.
says it's funny. He says crackers.
Oh, that's the best part. Is when kids start saying things. My daughter used to call her backpack to go to preschool. A pack.
Oh,
Her backpack.
yeah, we'll call it
My pack.
pack. There you go. That's cute.
Or waffles were Wawas.
Yeah, that's
you
cute.
know. And I mean, she's 13, and
Yeah.
still to
You
this day, if
remind
I'm making waffles, I'm like, you want some more Wawas?
Yeah. We do the same thing with our kids. It's awesome.
But that's going back to being annoying. Like
Well-
I love annoying. Were you ever how old's your daughter now?
So I have a 33-year-old, a 25-year-old, and a 22-year-old son.
Okay. As a dad, did you take pride in annoying them?
Of course.
Just for sport?
Well, here's what I've done. All those kids, right?
Yeah.
The first day of school, I videotaped their first day of school
Sure.
since kindergarten, since
Okay.
preschool.
Yep.
And as they got a little older, where they were embarrassed by me, I had to like hide with the camera. And stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was like, somebody's gonna think I'm like a weirdo. I'm hiding behind the dumpster.
The creepy
filming.
guy filming children.
But you know what? Now that they have those videos, they appreciate it because they got a video of every day of their school year until high school.
That is a fun
But
project.
they didn't appreciate it while it was happening when they got that embarrassing stage. Or I'm the guy that would stand up and yell like at a play or something. That's my kid,
Yeah,
And they're like cringing.
Dad!
They're cringing. But that's my job.
My daughter and I have a great relationship. It for a little while it was touch and go, like when she turned 13, but now she's warmed up to the dad annoys me, I'll annoy him. Like we try to.
You're like a 13-year-old, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mentally?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like
I'm immature for my age too, so
I feel like, okay, I'm 49. I feel like my body physically is 69.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Just a little tight, just a little. But mentally, I'm probably 29.
There you go.
Like
That's what I tell people.
But with my daughter, I love bugging her. I love were your daughters hanging out in their room a lot?
Yeah, I think it's a kid thing, teenager kind of thing.
I think it's a teenage girl thing, especially to go like just in your room.
Yeah, boys kind of run outside and they do stuff.
Yeah, they go get involved and stuff. But
Yeah.
my daughter will go into her room, and she does that. I like to go knock on the door. I like to talk through the crack of the door.
Right.
I like to bug her.
I got a friend of mine, his daughter, when I'm a teenager, right? But like, giving them a bad time and whatever, he takes the door off the hinges.
Oh, really?
The door for your room.
Yeah.
You got to earn it back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they're disrespectful,
Yep.
you got to be like, yeah. But no, my daughter, she's got a lock on her door. She can
I saw
lock
a
it.
picture you got. She's got tall, huh?
She did.
Yeah, wow.
She's as tall as my wife now.
Wow.
And they share clothes. Well,
that's pretty
share
cool, though.
clothes. She goes into my wife's
Takes whatever she
closet and
wants,
takes what she wants.
There you go.
And then tells my wife,
Right.
"Oh, I took your sweater or
Yeah.
whatever." But yeah, she's a big kid now. You know,
How old is she now?
13.
13. Wow.
Yeah.
You'll see. It goes by so quick. And
It
the stuff
does.
that was a pain,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna miss. Like I used to hate making the school lunches,
Yeah.
and my kid didn't want. I'm like, why don't you buy lunch? I mean, it's like a restaurant, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I would have to make his lunch every day, and then after a while, he gets sick of somebody, wouldn't tell you. Like, it was just such a nightmare, you know?
Yeah.
And then picking him up from school in the car line with these nuts over there. It's just
Oh,
like,
yeah, no kidding.
that was a pain, you know, picking up. And then I'm like trying to run to get here, you know? And
Dude,
now I miss all that stuff, you know?
I remember I told this story on this podcast a long time ago, but I had to pick up my kids up at the grade school.
Right.
And it's not my typical job,
Yep.
right? The kids take the bus.
Yep.
And in this particular day, they needed an early pickup, or I had to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to the school, and you get picked. The process was you pull up to the garage doors,
Okay.
and it's like a single file line, and it's like a big giant horseshoe just going around.
Yep.
Probably about 30 cars in line, and one by one, you pull up. And you announce to the gatekeeper with the clipboard who you are, who your kid is. Then they call for the kid, and the kid comes out.
That's a slow process.
Well, yeah. Now you're involving the expert. A kid does not hustle, right? A kid shuffling their feet, slings the book bag off their back.
I got someplace to be.
Yeah, it's like, and all these moms are just being polite, and they don't have anything to do after, apparently. Right. I saw this line. I immediately said, "Oh, yeah, okay, there's a big line. I'm not going to do that. Like, why would I do that? Why would I wait 30 people deep to go grab my kid? I'll just park the car,
walk over there."
I thought of it the same way as drive-through at McDonald's, right? You can go through the drive-through and wait in line, and you know what you're doing. Or you can get off your ass, walk into the place, and you'll be rewarded with getting your meal faster, and you'll walk out. You just won't have the convenience of getting to stay in your car. I thought the same way.
Yep.
So I park my car. I walk up, and they're like, "Can we help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to get my kids." They're like, they kind of gave me this sort of like passive aggressive, "You're not doing it right."
So I don't have a vehicle.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know me. I don't give a shit, right? You know, I don't care about that. That you're like, they're trying to make me feel awkward.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just giving my kid. I get back to my car. There were 4 messages from moms in line that I was friends with,
right,
that had given me shit. Kind of like, "Hey, you know, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you're supposed to wait in line. Line cutter. I'm just like, "Hey, get out of your car and go get the kid."
I know, right?
Oh, and then the people are like, "Well, we don't like to do that because it's not safe." It's not safe. Believe me.
It's
do you know
safer than what?
Yeah. Do you know how many times my kid and I have crossed the road? Like,
A couple.
Like, we're good. We are perfectly safe.
Yeah, those lines, I think nobody does it right, you know. The one where we had in Foxborough, the lady there was a lady there, I was hoping she'd retire, but she would let 4 cars.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And there's room for like 6 or 8 cars in this section where you get your kid.
Uh-huh.
And she'd do like 4 cars at a time and put her hand up. And I'm like, can you not? I'm getting all frustrated, you know? And it's raining one day. Everybody's getting soaked and she's letting 4 cars in. I'm like,
these are the small town problems.
Yeah, right.
Like, look at how far you've come. Do you ever think about this? Like,
that's true.
Well, could have been worse. I could be on a boat trying to get into the country again.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Like, that's why I kind of take it all in stride now.
Right.
And I've learned to just calm down with my frustrations.
Yeah.
Because, and not to belittle these people, but I just go, consider the source.
Yep.
Here's a person who was told, here's a clipboard, this is the process, go forth and do your job. And they're just put the blinders on and go, "I have a clipboard with names. Give me your name. Stay in your car. Those are the rules." Oh, you went out of the parameters. And then they get a little squirrely, you know. I just have to sit there and go, okay, you know, that's.
Yeah, no.
Some people get stressed out about these little things.
I think sometimes, you know, it's not that, but things on all over, like other things you got going on, right? Then that little thing will make you go off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, you know what you're not putting into consideration is the fact that I have to be somewhere in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
and this line is a 30-minute line.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be. You know, I'm like,
I mean, by the way, I've done the line. It's a 30-minute process, and that's why I was like, I'm not doing this.
I actually picked up one of my students. I was in that line too. I got to pick up one of my students in the Cybertruck. It was
cool.
Kind of a cool thing. So his dad had set it up, and they knew I was coming.
Okay, I was going to say.
But it was right. I had to come up. They told me who I was getting, all right, and the kid came out, you know. But,
well, yeah, now you're picking up a kid who's you're not the parent or the guardian.
Right.
So was there any extra procedures there? Just as long as the parent says.
Yeah, I think the parent did it ahead of time and stuff.
That's nice of
his
you.
karate teacher, so you know,
yeah. How do you say that?
Karate.
Karate. What does that mean? Is that word
Karate, empty hand.
empty hand?
Or Chinese hand, but the Japanese don't like to say Chinese hand, so they say empty hand.
Interesting. You want to talk about your class in your school, like how things are going there, your business?
Yeah, I mean, business has been tough the last couple of years. We're competing with a lot of sports and stuff like that. Sports is like nuts these days.
Sports never ends.
Yeah, and like they're doing it so often. Like when I was a kid, like you had one practice a week, and then you play games on the weekends or something. But now these guys are practicing 4 or 5 days a week, games on the week. Like it's so much that I argue if they're having fun. I don't like. I saw Peyton Manning, the two Eli and Peyton. They did something. Did you see the commercial?
No.
They have it's called "Taking Sports Back" or something. It's like a movement or something.
Uh huh.
And then they had a guy in the audience. I think it was that Curry guy, the basketball player.
Steph,
yeah, I think that was him. And he's got a pad. They're trying to be, and he's like, "Who are we taking the sports back from?" And it was like to make it fun from the coaches, from the everybody's taking it so serious.
right?
That they're not making it fun anymore. Because I got a kid who comes to me, and his father wants him to come to me for different reasons, but he does swimming, and he's swimming 5 days a week for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, that kid's a prune. Like, that seems excessive to me.
Do you say a prune?
A prune, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The water, to be in the water 2 hours a day
Right.
for 5 days a week, I would think you'd be all pruny, but
I was a hockey player.
yeah.
Actually, after watching the U.S. Olympic hockey team,
Yeah.
I'm lacing them back up. I'm going
yeah.
back in. Yeah. The thing is, I don't have time for this stuff with comedy, like my evenings, and also my family.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing like stick and puck over, like noontime, any arena, usually around 12 in the afternoon.
Okay, that's cool.
Offers stick and puck and some. So that's the only time I can fit any, physical fitness regimen in.
At least you're not doing that pickleball thing. I can't even.
People like
Just the
pickleball.
name alone, I can't do it.
Or just the
But
sound.
people get into it. I know, right? Yep.
That's annoying. I have 2 friends that have torn ACLs
That's
from
incredible.
pickleball.
Yeah.
Laid up for months, lose a whole golf season
Right.
because of pickleball, because they're playing paddleball
Right.
or ping pong or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Like, I don't know why do we have to make the hybrid sport? You had tennis. You want to play
Right.
tennis? Play tennis.
Yeah, I
You
like
want to play?
tennis.
You want to play
Ping pong?
ping pong? Play ping pong.
Somebody's got
No, you want to play wiffle ball? Go get a wiffle ball.
Nice.
Now it's like, what if we took a ping pong paddle,
Yeah, all right.
a wiffle ball, and a tennis court, shrunk it a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
why? Why? Just play tennis.
And they're like professionals and stuff. They take it real serious. And
Yeah,
stuff. I haven't even, just the name alone, I haven't even inquired about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I just, well, we don't seem to, we're not the kind of people that just jump onto trends.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's people that are like,
Think
ooh,
it's a trend,
what's
yeah.
that? Ooh, I gotta do it. We know what we want. We're content.
Right.
We like what we do. I like to have a podcast. I like to go do stand up. You like to, enrich kids' lives and raise them up through karate.
Karate.
All right. Well, this was an interesting.
Yeah, we have fun. I think with our ADHD, we got off track a little
We
bit.
did with
both
our
have
ADHD.
it, though.
But yeah,
It's-
like
we have fun, though.
we had fun. We talked about. Is there anything else you want to mention about?
Just, man, this is the greatest country in the world. Like, you come to this country and you can make something yourself, right?
Mhm.
I mean, we came with nothing, and my father ends up buying his own house, right? I mean, he had a working class job. He was a steel worker with Bethlehem Steel, and he would cut the rebar.
Yep.
So construction companies would send the measurements and he'd cut them to size and stuff. He did that for 30 years and retired,
So yeah.
moved to Florida. I have my own business, have kids, or we own our own home.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Where'd you go?
It was Keene College. Now it's Keene University, Union, New Jersey.
Your parents come over on a boat.
Yep.
They put a kid through college.
Yep.
I mean, just another
Yep.
American dream
Yep.
score. Like, check the box. Like, that's a big feat too,
Yep.
right?
Go Cougars.
That's funny.
But so I mean, just and I'm at tail end of my career here, but to watch my kids, do their thing and be successful,
Yeah.
it's every opportunity. I think sometimes when somebody comes from a foreign country and they see the opportunity. So let me get this straight. If I work hard, I can get anything I want. Yes. Right. Where sometimes I think, we might give our kids too much and maybe they're not as
they don't work as
hungry
hard.
as
Yes.
somebody who comes from.
Yep. And stories like yours kind of remind me, like, I'm trying to make it in comedy. I'm trying to, do stuff. It's not easy, but just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And you know what? I mean, you'll have success to some varying degree,
right. Well, the thing is, like everybody says, oh, sometimes with my life, people say, oh, you're lucky. You got lucky. Like, yeah. You could call it luck, or you could call it, I put myself in the situation where it can happen.
Right.
And I think that's what you're doing with your comedy. You're putting yourself in that situation.
Yeah. I was just, this weekend I'll be I'm hosting at Patriot Place in Foxborough, Mass.
Nice, man. That's big.
Yeah. I just got the call. They're like, can you host the show? So I've been getting a lot of hosting gigs lately.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's a step up. I mean, I'll keep doing comedy as long as my trajectory is going up. Like if I fall off or the phone doesn't ring, I'll be like, hey, maybe this is the market telling me something. There's no demand for Rick Fink jokes.
What's the dream at the very top of what you...
To be honest, the dream is to, when I'm an empty nester,
right,
to have an RV or a bus or something and be able to schedule my own road trips.
Right.
And pick up my friends along the way. Like I'd love to do a California Pacific Coast Highway tour from maybe Washington down to San Diego and just hit comedy clubs and golf courses and just pick up my friend in Seattle and be like, we're going to drive down to San Francisco. You can fly back. I'm going to continue on. And then San Francisco, I pick up some more friends. Right. And then, we go down to.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But
that's not a big dream, right?
No, look, I'm almost 50.
Yep.
This is not. I just want to have fun doing it.
Yep.
I want to make the crowds laugh. I want to have that purpose of doing it, but I don't need a Netflix special.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Down that.
That doesn't mean I'm being lazy about it. It just, if that stuff happens, great.
It happens, yeah.
But right now, I really love, with my 13-year-old and my 11-year-old, I really love being with them. Like comedy, I can lean into it hard for a couple weeks, go out 3-4 times a week, before going out from the weekend and doing shows. And then sometimes I'll take 3 weeks of just writing and just sitting back and producing a show coming up and not going out there just so I can be home. And some of these young comics, they're always doing it. And I'm just like, that's great, that you're having fun, you're doing it. But I mean, there's a whole other element that you're missing, like the life experience is like, where's the comedy come from if you're always in a comedy club? That's just my philosophy.
It seems like the comedians, they want that sitcom job or a talk show host.
That's what that used to be like
to.
In the 90s. That was the thing, like Ray Romano or Jerry Seinfeld or whatever. But now it's like there's so many outlets. You can have your own podcast. You can call your own shots. You can make your own stuff. For example,
what's going on?
Let's promote our show here.
All right,
I'm gonna hold this sign here, guys. If you're on the YouTube, I'm gonna hold the sign up. Otherwise, you can check it out online at Scuttlebutt Comedy. But we've got Black Belts of Comedy, Masters of the Punchline.
It's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah, it's here. Why don't you explain what it's gonna be about? And
I'm explaining what it's gonna be like. So we're gonna have a comedy night at Perez Martial Arts. I think I'm working security that night, right? Is that what I'm doing there? But yeah, we're gonna have Mr. Rick Fick Jr. He's gonna be the host, and we have a couple of comics coming in. And Mr. Mark Riley and Melissa Rush are gonna do a show. Funny stuff. If you've seen them on, I've looked at them on not Facebook, YouTube or whatever. And funny people. I'm happy to have them at the studio. So come on down. You can buy tickets online. At scuttlebuttcomedy.com, right?
That's right.
Nice. See us there.
Yeah, Saturday, March 7th.
March 7th, yeah.
Yeah, it's at...
maybe it's the first of many. We'll see if people show up.
Yeah, I think every time we've done a show at Medfield, we've sold it out. 85 to 100 tickets. We can sell it out usually within a week.
Nice.
So March 7th, Saturday, it's at Perez Martial Arts, 36 Janes Avenue. Go to Scuttlebutt Comedy comedy.com.
You don't have to leave the town, right?
No, yeah. It's like we bring the comedy to you.
I like that.
I like to bring it out to the suburbs. You know, you
Yeah.
get the parking, you get to go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
you get home by 10 o'clock, pay the babysitter.
That's it.
You know,
A lot of fun.
yeah, no traffic, no commute. It's good. All right, Rolando, thanks again for
Thank you.
coming in.
Yeah, it's been
Thank
fun.
you for being a sponsor. Thanks for pushing me to do this show at your studio,
help,
which
man.
you've been asking me to do this for a while. Like
Right.
you're a fan of comedy. You want and you want. I
I'm
like
a
that.
fan of you. That's
Oh,
why
thanks.
I want to support you. You know, anything.
Well, I
can
think
do.
you're a fan of the town too. Like you're a good
I try.
community member. Like I know you live in a town next to us, but you
I can't afford to live here.
Yeah, yes, well, but if you could, maybe
Yeah, I would if I
yeah.
could.
I mean, you're just a good member of the community. You know, like you got this business, you help enrich kids, and you're always at the events in town, like Medfield Day, and
Yeah.
you're out there. And now you just want to bring comedy.
I do.
And you're like, hey, I got a facility, let's do comedy. And I'm like, all right. So there we are. So for Rolando Perez, I'm Rick Fink, Small Town Scuttlebutt. Thanks for listening, guys.